Thank you, Ian. I'm speechless. So far, in a good way. So far this year, we've had headbanging from Andrew Castle, high kicks from Ola, and even Gary Rhodes playing the piano on Karen Hardy's back for one last time. It's Choreography Corner. Please welcome Anton and Brian. You boys look so smart. You could so tell it's final week.
Well, isn't he? Look at him, all smart and scrubbed up. Must have knew he was going on with me.
Anton, how have you found? Because of course you've been in every. How have you found the choreography this year on Strictly? More complex, better this year? Good,
actually. More difficult earlier on, I think.
Yeah, it got tricky.
Yeah,
fast.
it got tricky straight. People were. It was full on straight away. It was full speed, full tilt, all, you know, eyeballs out straight away this year, I think. Which is, I think people have gentlified themselves in a little bit. I know I've gone a bit gently Bentley to start with in previous series, just to get yourself going, but I don't think that's gone on this year.
There's no time.
This year, if you think of something like Austin and Erin, first waltz, kitchen sink, everything was in there. It was amazing.
OK. Brian, this is your first time here. How do you think this not necessarily competes with America, but have you been impressed by the choreography of the pros in the UK?
Yeah, I think there's a very, very high level of choreography here on Strictly, and rightfully so. I mean, you have some of the best dancers in the world working on this program, so of course it's going to be. OK, Brian, we're going to talk about your favourite ballroom, your favourite Latin, your favourite moments. Brian, your favourite Latin? My favourite Latin would have to be Rachel and Vincent's rumba.
Oh, just what made it so perfect. I've just been chatting about it with them, but it sort of leaves one speechless because it's saucy yet so beautiful and somehow pure, right?
Well, for me, choreography has to do a couple things. It has to interpret what you're hearing in the music and has to tell a story. And this piece of choreography does both of those things. And the way that Rachel danced this was absolutely stunning. And what Vincent did was he showed off her not only flexibility, but the fact that there was a trust within the connection between one another.
Yeah, yeah, and they were really connected. What's your favourite Latin dance, Anton?
My favourite Latin dance this year has got to be the rumba by James and Sherry.
Yes.
I thought James did a fabulous job with this rumba because he did it. The thing that impressed me the most was the pace of this rumba. He did it at such a pace that Sherry was able to cope with it and was able to put it off incredibly well. And because of that, she wasn't overwhelmed by the choreography, but it was still difficult enough to show off the dance to a high level. And it also enabled her to interact with James fully within the dance. The rumba's a very difficult dance. It's a slow dance, so the narrative, the story, has to be stronger. It's a bit like the Paso Doble. There's a strong narrative runs through that dance. The rumba's the same. It's the dance of love.
You know what's interesting?
Now, it's being so slow. I know what you're going to say, but I'm not going to let you say it. But the thing is that you've got to remain connected, as my good friend here, Brian, just said.
OK.
Anton, come on, man.
Fascinating. But all I want to say is it's quite interesting that you've both chosen a rumba, which is normally very low scoring and very difficult, and lots of the passos and lots of things that normally sparkle on Strictly this
That
year.
says a lot for the professionals that are doing the choreography, though.
So, Brian, what's your favourite ballroom?
Favourite ballroom for me this season would have to be Lisa and Brendan's waltz.
Yeah, because of its simplicity, its purity?
Well, I disagree. I don't think it was simple at all. I think the choreography was quite difficult. If you look here, she's doing a couple of double reverse turns and do a throw-away oversway and a run around. These are very difficult moves to pull off, especially for somebody who hasn't been dancing that long. And the other thing was, it again told a story. It told the story of love, which I thought was beautiful. Yes,
and also, I mean, I think it was Ian who said, maybe simple is the wrong word, but he said it was very, very pure. You know, and just sort of clean.
Yeah.
Very well choreographed.
It was very pure waltz choreography.
Yeah. What was your favourite?
This is quite interesting because I had no idea of the dances that Brian's chosen. He chose the rumba as well as myself, and he's also chosen a waltz as I have.
Oh, he says that now.
It's you know, I only ever tell the truth. It's Austin and Erin's waltz from show 1.
But that's, I mean, isn't that interesting that that's the standout ballroom dance? Why is it for you?
Well, because it's their first dance. And Erin has gone for a very difficult waltz. She's got some very difficult choreography in there. The reverse spins, she's got standing spins, throw over sway, she has fall-away slip pivots. All the standard, proper, what I call proper choreography. She's got a back whisk there. It's things that Erin and I would dance together. And I thought Austin pulled it off marvellously. And they did it with such a great
with grace, didn't they?
Grace and such a great elegance and quality.
Okay.
That I was, as Len said at the time, the best opening dance anybody's ever pulled off on Strictly. And for me, one of the best ballroom dances any of the boys have pulled off.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's talk about special moment. The moment that in 5 years' time, somebody will say to you, Strictly Series 6, you'll go, that was the moment. What's yours?
Austin and Aaron's Paso Doble.
Yeah. How could it
Olé!
not? Olé! What did you think as you were watching this? I mean, it's so brave of him, isn't it?
Well, after I got past the giggle the first time I saw it, I thought it was great. I mean, look at the lighting, look at Austin, look at the room. It's exciting, and he's telling the story of the Matador.
Yeah.
And he's doing it vocally as well, which is great.
Yeah, it's so true. I couldn't have done it. Well, I couldn't do anything, but anyway. Anton, what's your favourite?
Do you know my favourite moment? My stand-out moment for the whole series is same as Brian.
Don't tell me it's going to be a Paso Doble.
It's going to be a Paso Doble, and it's a Paso Doble that was equally as impressive and as sort of life-changing as was Austin's, and that's John Sargent's Paso
John
Doble.
Sargent's, was that? Yes, very good.
It's possibly the most brilliant Paso Doble I think I've ever seen, and I've never seen a woman in my life actually get so heavy in such a short amount of time. Oh, look at that!
Boys, thank you very much.
Suddenly became
Anton,